Well, a lot of men got so much stuff bottled up from trauma, life experiences, and that might be the only option for real.
It just felt like pressure just kept coming. The water flow was just too much and there was no outlet.
You're not supposed to feel that way. You get up, you dust yourself off, you keep it going. You don't allow yourself to feel any type of way about any situation.
Nah, motherfucker, you live every day, bro. You get a chance every day, bro. Just because you fail at something today or you're going through something today, you ain't gotta go through that tomorrow, bro.
So we know 80% of the self deletion is by men. Why do you think so many men are reaching a breaking point? Let's start with you, Lou. Why do you think so many men are reaching a breaking point?
No outlet. That's what I would say. I mean, everybody got some. Well, a lot of men got so much stuff bottled up from trauma, life experiences, and that might be the only option for real. Well, for them, I'm not saying it's an option, but I'm just saying it might be the option for them.
Yeah. What about you, Twan? What you think about that?
They reaching a breaking point because they got that saying, you only live once. Nah, motherfucker, you live every day, bro. You get a chance every day, bro. Just because you fail at something today or you're going through something today, you ain't gotta go through that tomorrow, bro. So a lot of people, you only die once, bro. You live every day, bro. It's 365 in a year, bro. You're not gonna go through what you're going through forever. So once a lot of men get that out their head that they only live once, only got one life to do it. Nah. And I guarantee ain't none of us going through what we went through 10 years ago. So if you just make it through the storm, bro, just make it through, bro. You'll be all right, bro. Everybody got scars. Them scars are beautiful, bro, on your journey.
Opinion?
Man, it's kind of tough because as a person who had a failed attempt in times that were dark, it just felt like pressure just kept coming. The water flow was just too much. And there was no outlet. Lou said it, best. There's no outlet. One thought that's how you relieve the pressure. I think, Lord Almighty, that it jammed. I wouldn't have the kids that I have now. I wouldn't have the wife I have now. I wouldn't have the beautiful scars that I have now. And an understanding.
If you don't mind me asking, what took you to that point? What made you say, you know what, this is it? I can't.
Man, I just kept losing. And I lost visitation to kids because of actions I was taking, things I was doing. I was seeking drugs and seeking drinking and doing these horrific things I was seeking to do and wanting to do and thought it was okay to do because accountability just wasn't there. Having to deal with that pressure and dealing with all that. Yeah, man, there was nobody to go to. That's what I thought was okay. And now understand that it's not okay. It's selfish. I do understand now where they would say that the pain's not over. It gets transferred. My mother would have dealt with that. My daughters would have felt that. It was a dark day, man. It was a dark day.
After that moment, what advice would you give somebody that was in that moment to not get them to the point to where you got? What would you tell them? Like, nah, bro, just don't do it.
Find someone hasn't been a yes man or isn't a yes man, but that will sit there and like, hey man, you jacking up, man. I needed somebody to throw in my face. Hey man, you jacking up. You're doing the wrong stuff, dude. You're doing this. You're doing that. You got to get right, man. That and then what helped to me is like, and I had to find something bigger than me. I found God. I went and found something bigger than me, something that I had to have an understanding. And some people just need to have something to look up into, a focus point to get them in a straight line. Some people just need that. And I needed that. And I needed a focal point. Personally, I needed that. And if you need it or anybody needs it and they're feeling that way, man, reach out to either one of us. I'm pretty sure either one of us will definitely help you back off the ledge. And
yeah.
please, man, just it's not something that's.
My socials are in the description. So I do want to say to anybody that's listening, or if you know anybody that's going through something, you can always message me. So I will respond if you're going through something. I understand mental health issues. I've suffered from some myself. So I always want to help somebody, man. And I'm pretty sure everybody on the panel feels the same.
Absolutely, 100%.
For sure.
Let me get your thoughts on that, Sensei. Why do you think so many men are reaching a breaking point?
Kind of like a lot of Penny was saying, Russ, a lot of people feel like they're alone or they don't have an outlet. Or a lot of the time, like for me and my mental struggle for the longest was that I was always told that you emotions is not a thing for you. You don't need to have that. You're not supposed to feel that way. You get up, you dust yourself off, you keep it going. You don't allow yourself to feel any type of way about any situation. But like Penny was saying, sometimes when you lose a lot, you keep losing and you continue to get to that point. that doubt does sit in your mind, or that monster on your on your shoulder back here saying like, hey, like, you know, this you ain't got to feel it no more. You ain't got to feel this way. You ain't got to do this. It's a lot of you. It's a lot of aspect, like you saying. It's not it doesn't end. It just transfers. So when I finally got to that point, which speaking with my OG, my older brother, a lot of time we didn't. I rarely saw him cry growing up because he wasn't that type of person. But as we got older, we understood as men in certain situations, certain times, like, bro, you gotta let it out. You gotta feel the way you need to feel for a reason. And me and him sat there and cried on each other's shoulders plenty of times over and over, and understand like it is generally hard to be a man. It is generally hard to be alive. It's generally hard to go do things on a consistent basis. And it's okay to understand, it's okay to feel that way. And then when you get to that point, you get to that dark aspect, it doesn't matter who, what, when, where, why. Even if it's in your inner circle, outer circle, reach out to anybody, anyone at some point that can at least listen to you, because there's gonna be somebody there. There's avenues now. There's more avenues now. It's a lot more accessible, which I love. That is, there's a whole hotline for it now, which I don't know how when that started, but it's the fact that you got to have that. It's got to be. There's no release, so understand that there is an avenue of release, or at least to be able to talk or have somebody hear you out, or just being able to generally feel the emotions and want to just cry, want to just yell, want to just do whatever. That sometimes that release helps, and that was the start for me. Once I was able to really allow myself to feel emotions and feel that, it helped a lot with not just myself, but with relationships, with business associated things as well too, because I'm able to clear my mind out more because I'm not holding in so much myself. So that I like people say, like, I feel both sides of it. I personally have never tried to have an attempt, but at the same time, like that doubt, that monster has sat on my shoulders so many times.
Mm.
All right, it's time to read some chats.
Men were programmed to be strong back in the day.